Hello my little ghosts and welcome back to the channel. In today's reading we are going to take a look at how, when and where you are going to meet your soulmate. We're gonna try to get as much detail as possible to all of those questions. So as you can see, we have 4 piles. For pile 1 we have this purple opal crystal. For pile 2 we have this Atlanticite. For pile 3 we have a bloodstone. And finally for pile 4 we have a quantum quattro. So guys, go ahead and pause the video if you need to pick your pile, and I will see you shortly in your reading. Hello there my beautiful pile 1 ghosts. If you guys have picked the first pile together with the purple opal, then this is going to be your reading on how, when and where you're gonna meet your soulmate. Now the format of this reading is going to be different from what we've done so far. We have 3 cards here, 3 oracles, each of them responding to one of these questions. So the first one is going to be how you will meet your soulmate, and in your case we have inner screen, and I'm going to translate all of this for you, don't worry. Then we have where, and in this case we have skull with endings. And finally we have when you're gonna meet your soulmate, and we have illumination. Now for all these cards we are going to pull 4 tarot cards to clarify the situation and give us more details on the subject. So we're gonna start by shuffling the deck. And let's see, Spirit, can you tell us a little bit more about how pile 1 is going to meet their soulmate? Can we get some more detail on how they're gonna meet their soulmate? So we have the 4 of Wands. How is pile 1 going to meet their soulmate, Spirit? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. And finally, okay, we have the Sun. Now for where, can we get some details on where they're gonna meet their soulmate, Spirit? Where is pile 1 going to meet their soulmate? We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. We also have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, this wants to come out. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. And finally, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see, when are they going to meet their soulmate, Spirit? Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups and the High Priestess. Let me see. I hope you guys will be able to see all the cards. Okay. Can you get a couple more? Have Temperance. Which way do you want to go? Okay, upright. How am I gonna take you from there? Okay, so Temperance, and finally the 6 of Cups reversed. Okay, so guys, let's talk about this. let's start with how you're gonna meet them. So this inner screen card makes me think about a situation in which you guys are focused inwards. You are focused on understanding yourselves better. You are living a little bit more in your head and not so much necessarily in the 3D reality. It could also be that you are daydreaming or that you are in a dreamlike state. For a lot of you, I got a general message that it could be in some sort of therapy, counseling, or even hypnosis, talking about it. So any type of situation in which you guys are focused more on yourselves, your development, your thoughts on life, your attitudes, and your inner behavior, your inner world is the focus when you guys meet your person. And it could be that you, like I said, that you meet them, for example, at the same office where your therapist is practicing or something like that. But taking a look at the tarot cards, with this Four of Wands here, this is definitely a place of stability. It's a place, not necessarily like space-time, don't think about it like that, but it's a situation of a part of your life when you feel a little more stable, where you finally found yourself on the road towards creating something you're passionate about. This could also be a celebration of something you have accomplished. Perhaps you finished your studies, or you finished a course, or you are just celebrating moving a step forward in your specific area of interest. And I feel like how you two meet is going to be slow and steady, and it could be over a prolonged period of time. So it could be that you meet them repeatedly before this moment of celebration, or even after, or both, because I see that this is a slow development. Okay, so this is someone who you know you can count on. This is someone who is they could be helping you. They could be helping you achieve a certain goal. They could be the ones that offer insight into how to properly ground certain desires that you have. So for example, for expanding a business, they could come up with practical solutions of, oh, I know how to do this, hiring people for the cleaning department or whatever. I see, however, that this is also a situation that talks about the ending of a chapter for you guys. The ending of a chapter in a relationship, to be more specific. But not necessarily like the sad beginning of the breakup thing, but this is when you finally have realized in therapy that, oh my god, I am over this situation, I am over this person, I am over, for the most part, over this tragedy that happened in my life. I feel like this person could be a peer, they could be equal to you. I feel like they are learning together with you. I don't feel like this could be your therapist. Like, I don't necessarily see you guys hooking up with your therapist or something like that, but because this is someone younger, this is someone less experienced than a therapist would be. It could be someone on the same quest as you of bettering themselves. But this is a happy a happy situation. So you guys have a good day, you realize after finishing your session that you are feeling better, you see your progress, okay, in the therapy, you see progress in managing your feelings, being more aware, etc, etc. And so this is possibly how you meet this person. It could be that they just start going to therapy the day you finish your session and you bump into them or something like that. But moving on to the where, there's definitely a theme here with endings, like I said. It could be like literally the ending of counseling session for you guys, or the end of this chapter in your lives that you're trying to recuperate yourselves from. Definitely a new start here, and I feel like you guys are finally starting to feel alive. With this Three of Pentacles here, this is also making me think about church. So for some of you, maybe it's not therapy you go to, maybe it's church, maybe you get some sort of counseling from a priest, or you attend sermons or something like that. And I feel like, again, this is focused mostly on you working on your inner world, your inner health, your mind space. And it could be that, once again, you are celebrating a step forward. With this Two of Pentacles here, I feel like you guys might be you might be considering alternative options for you to work with to help you overcome the past trauma or past experiences. I feel like you're open to trying something new, or you're open in general in your life to including more responsibility, or testing the waters to do something daring, so to speak. Because, you know, for example, when you're in this place of I'm not feeling really good mentally, you don't even feel like doing laundry or going out for coffee with friends, and maybe now you're like, you know, maybe I could include a better cleaning schedule for myself, or maybe I could go get some groceries, or just like a small task that you're starting to incorporate back into your routine that perhaps was hard for you to do up to this point. They could be offering, for example, to help you with said task. There's also something here about there's an opportunity another thing that I'm seeing, and it's pretty particular. I don't think all of you guys will relate to this, but for some of you, it could be that you're meeting this person in a place ruled by death. Either a place where, like a hospital, but not necessarily that someone dear and near to you or them has passed, but for example, if you're in medical school and this is your first time working on a body with the professors or whatever, or it could be a totally different situation, like you're like I said, church, graveyard kind of situation. Something about making peace with your past, and making peace with what has passed. Okay. And the last thing could be, perhaps you guys are into spiritual like practices, like honoring your honoring your ancestors or something like that. So it could be like a place of honoring them, of remembering them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting here. So let's move on. Finally, about the timeline, the when of the equation. When illumination here, it's definitely a time when you guys have more clarity. You see more clearly why certain things had to happen. You see and you understand why some endings had to occur so that new beginnings can finally sprout to surface. And I feel like this is a time where you guys are finally letting go. Willingly, because you might have been forced when this ending happened for you, whatever it might have been. It could have been sudden. It could have been that you couldn't make peace with it on the spot. It was so big and so meaningful in your lives that you just, you go to the stages of grief. But I feel like you finally have acceptance when you meet this person. I feel like you're probably still trying to follow your intuition. You don't necessarily trust it 100%, but you are on the way to doing that as well. Or at least you accept the fact that there is such thing as an intuition, and not, some things aren't coincidences. This is also a time for you guys when you're at peace. I feel like you are at peace. You have found some sort of balance in your life, in your daily schedule. You have this balance of how much energy you give to yourself versus others. You finally found that sweet spot for you to coexist and be a social being and take care of yourself as well and fulfill all your duties. And with this Six of Cups reversed, I feel like you I feel like you've finally integrated what happened in the past. I feel like you are generally at peace with I will never have my childhood back, but man, was it fun. Or I might not like see a certain place or a certain person or a certain thing again. It was familiar and it was nice, it was cozy. But that's fine, because there's new adventures ahead waiting for me. So yeah, that is pretty much all I'm getting here on the when part. So pile one, I hope this was helpful. I hope it was interesting, at least entertaining. I know a lot of you are curious about when and how and who and why, all the questions regarding soulmates and future partners, future husbands, spouses, wives, all of that goody. So yeah, I try to do one of these here and there to get some details, perhaps some of them a little weird, a little quirky, a little, perhaps others are relatable. But yeah, I think this is fascinating, and when it finally happens, or if it has happened for some of you already, you can kind of see how it matched and if it did. But as always, I hope you enjoyed this. I do have my own personal oracle deck, and I do offer personal readings. You can find them linked in the description. And yeah, if you have any questions, do ask in the comments and let me know how it resonated. And if you want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. Thank you so much, pile 1, and I will see you in a future video. Bye! Hello there, my beautiful pile 2 ghosts. Welcome to your reading. If you guys picked the second pile together with this Atlanticide, then this is going to be a reading on how, when, and where you are going to meet your future soulmate. So let's see. We have 3 oracles, 3 oracle cards here today, and each of them answers a question. The first one is going to be about how you meet your person, second one is where, and finally the third one is when. So for each of these, we're going to pull 4 tarot cards to give us more insight, more detail into the situation at hand, okay? So let's start. To answer the first question, how you're going to meet your future soulmate, we have the throat chakra. For where, we have palm with destiny. And finally, when, we have leadership. Let me make sure you guys can see all the cards. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle the tarot cards for you guys, and we're gonna start pulling for detailing each question. So let's see, Spirit. How is pile 2 going to meet their soulmate? How is pile 2 going to meet their soulmate? We have Death reversed. How is pile 2? We have 7 of Swords. We also have the Page of Cups. And finally, we have the 8 of Swords. For where you're gonna meet your future soulmate, we have the Ace of Swords. We also have the King of Cups. Okay. We have the King of Wands. And finally, we have the Fool. Okay. And to answer the final question, when you're gonna meet them, we have the Moon reversed. Okay. When is pile 2 gonna meet their soulmate, Spirit? We have the 4 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. And last but not least, we have the 2 of Cups reversed. Okay. All right. So, pile 2. Very interesting energies. Very, very interesting. Let me get a sip of my soda first. Okay. So how you're gonna meet your future soulmate has something to do with you expressing yourself. Talking, writing, communicating in some way. And to get more details on that, there is something here about a change in communication, perhaps. This change in communication is, I think it's interesting because I think it's gonna vary for a lot of you. So the Seven of Swords here, the first thing that came through mind was the fact that you guys have realized that someone is lying to you, someone isn't being honest, and there's a desire here to communicate or to hide a certain thing. So to shed some more light on the issue, this Page of Cups is telling me that this desire to communicate or to keep a certain thing secret, it could be a white lie, but I feel like whatever is behind this communication problem has to do with not being really emotionally developed, and there's an air of innocence here. So this is why it makes me think it could be a white lie, or it could be something you consider to be not so important. But I feel like you guys are pretty much in your heads when it comes to the importance of telling the truth. I feel like you might over-exaggerate, is that a word? You might exaggerate the outcome of what happens if you come clean. You might think that you're gonna be persecuted for it. And you don't realize that the only thing keeping you captive in this place of anxiety and uncertainty is yourself and your fears, and these are not to be trusted. For where you're gonna meet this person, this is something that was meant to happen because we have destiny here with Palm, and I feel like you've left your print on this person one way or another. I'm also hearing a touch of destiny. I'm hearing you touched their heart, something like that. This is really like in touching. You definitely left your mark on them at that point, and there's a desire here to come clean, to tell the truth, to speak things into existence, to tell each other what's going on. And you know what? Now it's starting to make sense a little bit more, because it could be that you don't know how to tell this person that you have feelings for them, and you're mortified of what would happen if you confess your feelings at a wrong time, or terrified of the fact that what's gonna happen if they don't reciprocate those feelings. So this could be someone you've known for a while, but that you caught feelings for, or will catch feelings for later on. Because I feel like there's already like a pretty close relationship between the two of you at the time where this is happening. I feel like you already know them, so the how you meet them thing doesn't really like apply. You might have known them, but this is the moment that Spirit counted as how you meet them and accept them as your soulmate, so to speak. But going back to where the two of you will meet, or at least have this happening. For some of you, there could be something here there's like a clash going on, I guess, between fire and water. We have the King of Cups and the King of Wands, and I feel like you guys I feel like you guys could be in a not a meeting, what do you call that, I feel like you guys are like basically confronting one another. You're face to face and you are pouring your not your hearts out, but you're telling the other what they need to hear in a very respectful, very like put together mode, like, you know, in a way that it almost feels too orderly. It kind of has that feeling of almost official, or it could literally be the moment where you guys get married. Because this Ace of Swords also made me think of like official people, like, you know, people of the state or those who bind legally. So it could literally be that you guys yeah, I don't know why Spirit is just showing me that you guys will confess your feelings and have this new start together. Yeah, pretty soon, I guess. Soon after you realize you have feelings for one another. I feel like at that point, and now that you have this reading basically and you have this little bit of knowledge, when you find a person who makes you feel like I have feelings for them but I don't know how to come clean about that, how to tell them, I feel like at that point you will know that this is the touch of destiny and things will just happen as they are, you know, that you won't need to interfere too much. Things will start lining up from there. It's like almost like a countdown to this official moment of confessing or you guys getting together. You guys could be water and fire signs. So for example, they could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or the other way around. Or have these very prominent placements in your charts. One of you could be emotional, the other one fiery, one of you is romantic, the other one is more passionate. So it's like you guys are complete opposites, but you complete each other really well. About the when you guys are gonna meet, there's definitely a lifting of the veil here. There's definitely clarity in coming into the entering the chat with this moon here reversed. That's the first thing I wanted to point out. And when this happens is when one of you finally decides to take the lead, and I feel like this will be the fire sign person. So if you know that you're a fire sign, I guess this is a nudge from the universe for you to know, hey, you're gonna have to go communicate. Or if you are the water sign person, I guess this is to let you know that, well, whoever takes the lead is gonna be the person that initiates the chain of events of you guys starting your life together. With the Four of Pentacles here, I feel like there's definitely gonna be some instability at first. Whenever this happens, it could be that you guys are bored with your lives as they are and you need to spice things up a little bit, like you've been holding on to the same routine and you finally are ready to take some risks at the expense of even losing some money or losing some property or something like that. Doesn't seem to be anything huge, but it's a risk. It's taking you from a place of complacency and relaxation to a place of, well, I gotta take action. And I feel like this is going to happen at the end of a mental breakdown, if I'm honest. And not that it's funny, but this Ten of Swords, I kept thinking about how to phrase it, and then realizing how much commotion there was in one of your brains. Like, how am I supposed to tell them that I have feelings? Like, all that commotion is finally taking a big toll on you, and you're just like crumbling under your own thoughts. And yeah, when you're tired of overthinking, is when you're finally gonna come in and confess your feelings, or they're gonna come in and confess their feelings. And the other thing I'm sensing here with these Two of Cups reversed, there's something here about a partnership not being fulfilling. So perhaps if you guys work together, for example, you realize that that's not enough to fulfill your cups and you want more, and you decide to take the next step. Or this could be a person exiting the situation. It could be a third party, one of your exes, one of their exes, something like that. A possible crush or whatever is exiting the scene at the time. But yeah, pile 2, this is pretty much all I'm getting here. I know this wasn't exactly when, how, where you're gonna meet your soulmate, but it's more so the moment of realizing that that person is your soulmate. But I hope that still this has helped paint a picture of how you will recognize this person. Okay, so still little nugget of information here that might be useful. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you want more details, or if you have any further questions, I offer personal readings as well. Then it's gonna be linked down below as always, together with my oracle deck if you want to check that out. But yeah, do let me know in the comments if it resonated, how it resonated. This reading has been a little bit of a mess, not gonna lie, but Spirit is just saying whatever Spirit needs you to know at this point. If you want to support me and the channel, I would love it if you liked this video and subscribed to be a part of our community. And yeah, I hope I will see you again soon. Bye! Hello there, my beautiful pile 3 ghosts. If you guys picked the third pile together with the bloodstone crystal, then this is going to be your reading on how, when, and where you're gonna meet your future spouse. So today's reading is gonna be structured on these questions, and we have 3 oracle cards here. The first one is gonna answer how you will meet them. The second one is going to answer where you will meet them, and the final one, when you will meet your soulmate. I hope I've been saying soulmate. I feel like here and there I might have said future spouse. I'm sorry about that. I meant soulmate. Okay, I'm just really used to doing the future spouse videos, so that's why. Just know this is what I'm talking about. So without further ado, we have Mother Nature for how you will meet them. We have Key with Opportunity for where you will meet them. And we have Miracles for the time question. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to shuffle the tarot cards, and we're gonna pull 4 cards to give us details for each of the oracles. So let's see. Yeah, I shuffled like great, like just great. My hands are really dry and I find it hard to grasp the cards properly. But let's try that again. Okay. Let's see, Spirit. What can you tell us about how pile 3 is going to meet their soulmate? Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And finally, we have the Hanged Man. Can you tell us where pile 3 is going to meet their soulmate? Can you tell us where they're gonna meet? Okay, so we have one. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. Where my pile 3s can meet their soulmate. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups reversed. Okay. Alright. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And finally, for the timeline, can you tell us when they're gonna meet their soulmate? We have the Sun reversed. We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And one more. Can you guys see everything? Okay. And finally, we have the Magician. Okay. So, my beautiful pile 3s. What I'm getting here for you is that you are going to meet your future soulmate, somehow connecting with nature. Either the conversation starter, the initial conversation is going to be about nature, or you're going to meet them in a certain environment that has to do with protecting nature, or it honestly could even be like reading a magazine about gardening or something like that. So very vast opportunities here for you to meet your soulmate. But taking a look at the tarot cards, there is something here about being established. There is something here about some stability, at least when it comes to your goals and motivations in life. I feel like you will be in a stable place. You might even celebrate a certain milestone when it comes to achieving some of those goals, or planning more for the future. But with the Queen and the Knight here, I feel like maybe you and this person, you and your soulmate, could be locked in a debate, I heard. So you might be advocating perhaps for certain rights when it comes to the environment, for example. Or you could be working with them. One of you could be like I don't know, one of them could be the owner of a lawyer's company, firm, whatever, and the other one could be like an employee. But there's something here about ranking, and there's definitely something here about you guys working with your intellect and achieving a goal. Perhaps you meet them at a corporate party, for example, or something. If you guys reach a certain milestone at work as a team and you meet your person there, you might be, one of you could be in a superior position compared to the other hierarchically at the workplace, or one of you could be wiser and the other one more curious. So one of you could be defined, like I said, by having more amassed more experience and just generally have more knowledge, and the other one has a lot of potential and is eager to acquire even more information, more knowledge, but they are definitely a little relentless. They're kind of even restless. They might be a little chaotic in their approach. They're not so stable in this energy of mastering knowledge. I feel like this space in which you guys meet, this circumstance, could also have something to do about making an important decision, for example, for your career or something like that. But moving on to where you will meet this person. As I was shuffling and placing the cards on the table, I just want to say that I got I got Tinder vibes, or like some sort of dating app, because this is talking about opportunity. This is something that comes suddenly, and you guys have to decide quickly on like a yes or no answer, whether you want to take this opportunity or not. And I'm not surprised with this swords energy that we've had here, because you guys seem to be the types that decide pretty quickly, or at least make good decisions, because you are basing it on logic. And with this Hanged Man here, I feel like the decision has been made. You might actually meet this person both like in a work environment and on social like dating platforms. Like as you're swiping, you could suddenly come across this person. Because here with this Five of Wands, I am getting competition and basically putting your best self out there for others to kind of judge and pick. It's kind of that vibe that I'm getting. There's and people also on dating apps, sometimes they can be a little weird. Their energy could be a little, I don't know how to phrase it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like when you're swiping and at some point you just swipe past the person without even looking at the details, because there's just so many options, and you start treating those people like they're nothing but a picture on a phone, not an actual human being. So the level of competition there and choices and a opportunity for you to pick becomes a little inhumane, I would say. Okay. But with the Ace of Cups, again, this reminds me of putting yourself out there into the dating world once again. Clarified here with the Four of Cups to kind of symbolize the fact that you are ready to give love another chance and take any opportunity that comes your way, no matter if it's good or bad, because sometimes in dating you don't really know in the beginning if you're gonna have a relationship with that person, if you're gonna click with that person. But yeah, and with this Wheel of Fortune reversed, I feel like you have some sort of control here, like fate is giving you this opportunity, but they're saying, it's not the end of the world if you don't take it. So like you still have a lot of free will when it comes to how you choose to initiate the relationship with your soulmate or not. Like you could totally pass them and not know. So yeah, when it comes to seeing them and picking them and swiping right on them on social platforms, just know that you might swipe past them if you're treating humans like just pictures, I guess, you know. But I feel like you'll see, like your intuition should tell you once you see that person if there's something about them or not. Anyways, moving on to when you're gonna meet this person. With this sun here reversed, it actually makes me think about you meeting them at night, or you meeting them in during a time of like obscurity, like you how do I put this into words? You guys might meet, for example, you might start chatting on Tinder or something late at night or before you go to bed or something like that. Or it could be that when you meet them, there's something pressing happening in your life. Perhaps something to do with this initial decision here, perhaps something work related, but something is deeply affecting your happiness at that point. And I feel like you guys are looking for a solution, and with this miracles card being here, I feel like your soulmate coming in might actually feel like divine intervention, like you're just being blessed, like at that point you could have just hoped for a miracle and the miracle finally happened. So I feel like your soulmate is gonna step in, and they're gonna offer you they can offer you some stability, because I feel like you might be manifesting something like this in your life. When you find yourself manifesting some good luck, some stability, and some help, I feel like this is when your soulmate is going to come in. With the Six of Pentacles here, be mindful not to depend on them too much and not to cling onto this person too much, because you still need your autonomy and you still need to be capable to take care of yourself. They might offer you some help, but they can't like entirely save you. I feel like this wouldn't help the relationship in the long term. But yeah, this is pretty much all I'm getting for you guys. I really found this story interesting. If you have any further questions, you can ask me in the comments down below. If you want a more detailed reading, you can book one with me from the link in the description. You can also check out my oracle, still in the description. And yeah, if you want to support me and the channel, I would be very appreciative if you could smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I hope I will see you in a future video. Okay, bye. Hello there, my beautiful pile 4, and welcome to your reading. If you guys have picked the 4th pile together with this quantum quattro crystal, then this is gonna be your reading on how, when, and where you will meet your future soulmate. Because I think I've been saying future spouse in the past readings, but yeah, this is a soulmate reading. I'm sorry, my brain is just fried. Ignore me. So the way I was thinking about structuring this reading is that each of these cards is going to answer a question. This one is going to be how you meet your soulmate. The second one is going to be where you meet them. And the final card is going to be about when you meet them. And so for each of these cards, I am going to pull 4 tarot cards to give us the details. Okay, so let's dive in. To start, we have other people. We have bullseye with focus. And we have solitude. Okay. Hope you guys can see everything. Okay. So now we're gonna pull tarot cards to get the details of each of these questions. Let's see, Spirit. Can you tell us about how pile 4 is going to meet their soulmate? Can you tell us how they're gonna meet their soulmate? How are they gonna meet their soulmate? We have the 6 of Wands. Okay. We have the 4 of Wands. Oh my god, the 4 of Wands really wanted to make an appearance today. It's been coming up in a couple other readings too. We also have the 10 of Cups. And finally, we have the 4 of Pentacles reversed. For where they're gonna meet their soulmate, Spirit, what can you tell us? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh! We have the 5 of Wands. Okay. What else, Spirit? We have the 8 of Wands reversed. Okay. And one more. And we have the Star reversed. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you because I might forget. With the Star coming here at where you guys are gonna meet, I literally got We Found Love in a Hopeless Place by Rihanna, so that might be significant for some of you. Finally, for when you're gonna meet them, we have the King of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups reversed, and finally we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Alright, you guys. So let's start with the very beginning. I want to talk about how you'll meet them first, because I feel like you and this person are going to meet possibly through mutual friends or a sort of social circle that you guys are both part of. And I feel like for whatever reason, it's very important for me to mention that when you meet this person, there is something about being successful and celebrating a win. There's something here about you being recognized as a winner, overcoming a certain obstacle, moving forward with your ambitions in a way. And you seem to be very happy. Like overall, the emotional aspect of your life is completely fulfilled. Your cup is filled to the edge and it's overflowing. And I feel like because you are in such a good place when you meet this person, that this energy is attracting them. So this could be significant, and it is significant for the timeline, because whenever it is that you're gonna have this energy about yourself is when your soulmate is gonna be attracted to you and into your life. With this 4 of Pentacles here, I feel like this is also a time when you have let go of something that was keeping you stuck, something that was keeping you stagnant. This could be, for example, I don't know, the first thing that came to mind is that you're staying in a certain apartment or whatever because it's cheaper, but it's so far from like your workplace and every single place of interest for you that in the end that's just keeping you stuck and, you know, unable to evolve, unable to grow, to have fun, to work properly, etc. So you're making some adjustments there, in the area of things keeping you stuck. So yeah, you could be meeting this person, like I said, through a certain circle of people with common interests, especially in a time where you are celebrated and you are emotionally stable, fulfilled, and overall happy. Okay, moving on to where you're gonna meet them. This is a place where you guys need to be extremely well focused. This is a place that might deal with inheritances. It could deal with, I got real estate for whatever reason, so if any of you like work in real estate or have plans of working in the area, or oh yeah, the apartment thing kind of makes sense here. You might meet this person going apartment hunting, or they might be a neighbor or something like that. They might live in the area where you move, where you are deciding to move. But there's definitely something here about you moving to a different apartment, perhaps inheriting like a different place to live. And you definitely need focus and precision for reviewing all the documentation and picking the proper people to help you out with this, and just navigating the legal canals of the issue. And there's definitely some sort of competition here too. So you might meet them, you know, like I said, on the market looking for a new place or looking to sell a place. Both options are just as possible. With the Eight of Wands here reversed, I feel like this is a place, it's a hopeless place. I'm sorry. This is a place where you can't expect things to happen quickly. You have to allow time. And I feel like you might be impatient, either to find a new place to live or to rent one and find tenants quickly or something like that. And I feel like you might feeling a little hopeless because things are not moving as fast as you would want them to. I want to say you might have permanent fire energy in your chart, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, especially Aries and Leo striking me at this time. And finally, when it comes to the timeline, the when you're gonna meet this person, I feel like you will be alone, but not necessarily lonely. I feel like at the time you will be going inside yourself, going deeper, exploring yourself, seeing what you like, seeing what it's like to be with your thoughts, and just enjoying it, honestly, because it looks like you're feeling good with yourself. With this King of Wands here, this could be you, this could also be them. But the King of Wands is someone really adventurous, someone who's a capable risk taker, who has a lot of ambitions, entrepreneurial in nature, big plans for the future, really sociable, really pleasing presence. Not pleasing as in, you know, pleasing people, but like it's a pleasure to spend time with them, and they make you smile, and they know how to feel everyone feel appreciated, and yeah, they're really attractive. So you might be spending time in your own company when you meet them, or you might be you might meet them in general in a time where you're focusing more on yourself, or you might meet them when you're on your own. For example, I don't know, jogging in the park or rowing a boat in the park like this guy here, and say it's like late at night and no one actually goes jogging late at night, but your soulmate happens to also jog late at night, because in reality they're not a fan of people looking at them as they run, even though they know that it's just in their head. They might be like an introvert or something deep down, and you might start making conversation, for example. It's also possible for you to meet them while growing your business, while growing a certain project, trying to scale it for, you know, for the future, to actually get your first results of a certain idea that you're working on. Like you started, for example, you started sewing, and that's the first step. That's the Ace of Pentacles. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, which is when you practice, when you kind of play with it and have fun. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's messy. And finally, with the third pentacle added, it's basically when you start actually working with people while using your skill and getting the recognition, the first results of your hard work recognized by people, like, hey, you're pretty good at this. So this person might come in and say, hey, you're pretty good at what you're doing. Or you might find them and ask them for like help with whatever it is you're working on. But I feel like Spirit is saying the initial interaction between you and your person might not be romantic. Or it could be that, for example, they present a romantic offer, but you're not ready to take it at the time because you still want to enjoy some of the solitude, and you decline. Okay, so that's possible. Because with this Queen of Pentacles here reversed, I feel like you're, like I said, you're focused on building yourself, and taking care of yourself, of your inner world, of your own person, not something exterior of you. Like, you're not working on, for example, creating a tarot deck. You're working on taking better care of yourself because you've been neglecting it, because you've been focusing too much on exterior successes, and now you're focusing on some nurturing. Honestly, like, this is nurturing energy that I'm getting here. Yeah, so you might need to give yourself a little bit more love before you're able to give this person, your soulmate, some love. So initially it looks like you might for some of you decline this romantic offer, or it could be delayed. Okay, they might not ask you and for you to turn them down. It's not necessary for that exact thing to happen, but it could be that they take the hint by just having like neutral conversations with you, okay, and they see that things aren't going any further and they take a step back, or they're just as busy themselves at the time, and you know, things since you guys are meeting in a certain circle of people, in a certain group of people with common interests, you most definitely are going to be in contact with them over time, and things can start evolving from there. But yeah, that is for another reading for us to look at on the development of the relationship. So pile 4, this is pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope it was helpful, I hope it was entertaining, and if you appreciate my work, I would love it if you left a subscribe and you bopped the little ghost in the corner to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, subscribe, like, comment if you have anything to ask, or if you resonate with the reading. And yeah, if you want more details, I am offering personal readings. You can find the link in the description, together with the link for my oracle deck. As you probably know it, if you don't, hi, I have an oracle deck. And yeah, I hope I will see you in my next video. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye bye.